you seem like such a resilient person, but you talk about the support. Just kind of elaborate on that, because I know that when you do have support coming in from family and friends, it just makes all the difference in the world to how you recover from something.
Well, my husband took off work. He's a principal for LA Unified, and he took a leave of absence. My children all took a leave of absence from their jobs, and my parents, who were 87 and 89, and my brother, who took a leave of absence from his business, they all came to San Francisco with me for a month. Wow. And stayed with me the entire time. Plus, I had my dearest friends, my girlfriends, and their husbands all came up too for a week. Cousins came in to stay also, so I had this tremendous family support and supportive friends. And that's really important when you go off to a strange city to have a surgery in a very big hospital, and brain surgery. That's really scary. And then back here at school, I had the amazing support of my staff and the students, and just the warm wishes that they sent me just made me feel very special. I felt missed, and it made me want to get back to work. And
you did in a very quick amount of time, didn't you?
I think so. A lot sooner than I was supposed to. I was out 7 weeks, and the doctors had said it should be 6 months.
Oh my God.
But I had a reason to want to get back. I felt I had a place I needed to be.
Well, a place you needed to be, but you come back, and now they want you to be not just the counselor, but the principal. How does that happen?
Well, it was March, and I thought, oh boy, it's so good to be back, and I was feeling great, and life was good. And then Kelly Johnson announces that he's going to retire, and that was a shock. I had no clue that he was going to retire, so I felt like my world had been turned upside down, because Kelly and I, for 10 years, had worked very closely together. He was the principal, and I was the associate principal since 2001, and I just couldn't imagine what Peninsula High School was going to be like without Kelly.
Now, what does the associate principal do? Is that like a vice principal, or?
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's like a vice principal. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's just at the high school level, they're called associate principals.
Now, I know you interviewed for the job, but when you got it, did you feel like you had such big shoes to fill, or did you feel very comfortable kind of moving in here?
I felt very comfortable with the job. I know the staff. Sure. Kelly and I had worked very closely together with all of the responsibilities as far as things from testing, evaluation, opening of school, the different activities that we have. But Kelly Johnson, he's been in this district a long time, was principal of this high school for 19 years. A very special man with a very big reputation. Those were very big shoes to fill. Sure. And never had any intention that I would fill those shoes. I think that everybody knows me as MitziCress and him as Kelly Johnson, and we have very different styles, and I have no intention of attempting to fill his big shoes.
Well, I think everybody is an individual anyway. I love the fact that you said that you have an open door policy here for the kids, and you're so easy to talk to, and it's not like the scary principal when we were kids, like, oh, I don't want to go to the principal's office, I did something bad,
Oh, at Marilest, the principal we had, I don't think I ever even said hello to him. Exactly. He was scary. He was this guy in a suit, and I don't think I wanted to have a conversation with him. I never was in his office. I never wanted to be in his office, and that isn't the way I would want to run this high school or to be a part of this high school. My door is always open to parents, to students, to anybody who needs to see me.
How did you sort of introduce yourself to all the kids here?
Well, they know me. Yeah, the second day of school we do assemblies, grade assemblies. So 12th grade, 11th, 10th, and then 9th. So my first assembly was the 12th graders. So that was kind of fun. It's sort of like, well, guys, here I am. I know I'm not Mr. Johnson. He's not here. And then we started talking. And so I acknowledged that it's different. It's going to be different. Sure. And it's the freshmen who never had Kelly Johnson. Right. So that'll be my class. That will only know MitziCress.
Yeah, absolutely. What are your goals being the principal? I mean, is there I'm sure there's so many, but is there one in particular that you'd like to leave with the kids when they leave here? Something that maybe a philosophy or...
You know, I didn't come into this job with, goals to change things. Peninsula High School's pretty great school. We are always looking at ways to improve things. I let those things happen as they unfold. I have an incredible staff, and the teachers bring things to me, different programs like, gosh, I'd like to do this or I'd like to do that. While you were waiting out in the lobby, a teacher popped in, and it's actually my culinary arts teacher, and she popped in to let me know, I really want to have a garden. I think we need to have like a garden that we grow things, and that's what we use in our culinary arts. So it's day-to-day things like that, and to me that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
I could support that, so let's see how that could happen. So that's how it works here at Peninsula High. One thing that we have implemented this year is we are having teacher planning mornings, and we've never had that before.
Okay.
We have changed our instructional minutes around so that we could get an hour about once a month. It'll actually be 6 different mornings. And so the teachers can plan together. We're getting ready for our WASC that we're going to have in 2 years. And this will allow our teachers to work together and plan for that so they don't have to do this on their own time.
Wow.
And also will help keep our teachers on track with one another. English 3 teachers can plan together. Algebra 1 teachers can plan together. So we're very excited about this. So I think that's one change that, we're making. We just got our APIs, and they were great. That's our test score. It's 891.
Wow.
And our goal is 900. So
Too close.
yeah, I'd like that to happen under my leadership. I think that would be great. And it might be under my leadership, but it doesn't have much to do with me. It has to do with the students, and it has to do with the teachers.
You and I talked briefly about your love of travel and how it keeps you sane. Talk about that and where you've been.
Well, I always have to have a trip in the making, a trip planned. That's sort of what keeps me in balance. And this past summer, we went to South America. We did Galapagos, Machu Picchu, and the Amazon. And we've done Australia and Fiji and all of Europe and Russia and around the Mediterranean and all the Caribbean and every state numerous times, every province of Canada and Trans-Canadian Highway, and Japan. We love traveling, and so I always have to plan something, and that's what I look forward to.
Now, what's the next plan then?
Well, my husband.
Do you know this yet?
Yeah, he's planning it.
Okay.
He wants to do Eastern Europe, and he wants to do trains and backpacks.
Wow.
So he's planning this one.
So are these summer trips that you both can take, obviously when you're not in school? So.
Right. We only have the month of July
Yeah.
together. So it'll be July. That's traditionally when we travel.
Now, is he still a principal?
Uh-huh. He sure
And
is.
who's the better principal, Mitzi?
Ooh, a little competition there.
A little.
It's good that he's elementary and I'm high school. Otherwise, we'd be very competitive.
I am sure you would, that's for sure. I also love the fact that the kids must love you. The football team gave you a jersey up there. That's very sweet.
I know. I was really honored. They gave that to me Friday, and I said, wow, what have I done to deserve that?
Well, I think you're doing something right, because obviously the kids feel comfortable with you, and it's just great to have you here and to learn a little bit more about you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Looks like school's out. Time for us to go. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.